Good morning, everyone. I want to first thank the executive team for their continued support of our health and safety program and thank everyone in attendance and their participation in the program. Keeping each other safe is absolutely our highest priority. I would like to discuss two topics today that are very important to us all. And that would be the status of COVID-19 in Napa County and wildfire awareness and preparation for 2022. COVID cases in Napa have increased over the past few weeks. And if you look at the community level, um, it has increased, excuse me, from a low to a medium status. We're now seeing about 30 or 40 cases reported each day, but it's also believed to be much higher due to the fact that a lot of people are using at-home tests and things like that, not reporting it through the county, so expect that the cases are still high. If I'm seeing some trends in the cases where we'll see a spike for a week or two, and then it'll kind of drop off, and then repeat over and over again. We're seeing and just kind of staying around the same level, maybe slightly lower. But if you look back to November, December, January, November, December of last year and January this year, we're about 80% less than what we were at that time. Some reminders for you. If you've been exposed to somebody who's tested positive, i.e. somebody, for example, someone in your house, someone you went to dinner with, etc., or if you test positive for COVID, so I want to give you some reminders so you know what to do as far as coming to work. Regardless of your vaccination status, if you have been exposed to someone that has tested positive, you can continue to work. As long as you're symptom free, you're feeling okay. I just ask you to be kind of diligent and think about your health before you're coming into work and making sure that you don't have any symptoms. And also, I'm also asking you if you have been exposed to wear a mask indoors for 5 days after your exposure. If you do unfortunately test positive, it's minimum 5 days off of work. After the 5th day, if you've been symptom free for 24 hours and you test negative, you can return to work. If you continue to test positive, by the 10th day, if you're not feeling symptoms for 24 hours, you can come in even if you're still testing positive. I am seeing that as being very highly unlikely lately. I also want to talk about the 2022 wildfire season. We're doing quite a few things here on the property to mitigate the threat as much as we can of a potential wildfire. And I would like to give you some tips for you at home and the office. As you know, average rainfall in Napa Valley annually is is not very high. It's around 25 inches a year. Most of that rainfall happens, of course, in the winter months. Summers are hot and dry, and we do not get rain commonly for 4 or 5 months out of the year. 2022 is no exception to this. So with that said, we've been working to prepare the site to mitigate as best we can any potential wildfire. So one of the more important things that we do, which was something I learned over the past year or two, is it's really important to clean the ground vegetation from the floor to 6 feet in the canopy. Any extra leaves, tree limbs, broken branches, dead trees, dead wood, that kind of thing. It's really important, and we've gone and cleared acres and acres on this site, especially in particular areas that are most vulnerable. And what I've learned and what I wanted to pass on to you is commonly if a wildfire gets to an area that's wooded and the ground floor has been cleared, it is a good chance that fire will go right through that wooded area without burning any of the trees, and then thus lessen the effects of the fire. So that's why we do it. We also have a few areas up on the hill on the west side that we think is pretty vulnerable. So we've deployed what's called Firebaugh sprinklers, and they're kind of neat, big sprinklers, not ones that you usually use on your property, on your front lawn. They can shoot water about 75 feet, 360 around. We have them hooked onto multiple hoses, so it's to build us a line of any to try to help stop or dampen any chances of a fire coming in from the west side of the property. Also, we have all of the roofs on the property, which gather leaves and twigs and things throughout the year and kind of get in the vents. They are cleaned on a regular basis. They're on a, yeah, they're on a regular basis, and we'll continue to continue on with that program. So some reminders for you at work and at home. I think you'll find these useful in the event of a wildfire. Um, an important thing, which I really stress to everybody, is to back your car into the parking spot when you come into work or when you're parking. The parking lots are very narrow, and this would be a really helpful, if in case there is an evacuation, a good way for us to get off the property quickly and safely. So I ask you to back in. Also, it's a good idea to keep your keys on you or close by you. You don't want to waste time retrieving your keys if we have to leave the property. So that's really important. And also, if you get a call to evacuate, make sure you heed it. It's not something to wait around for. If there is a call for evacuation, there's a reason for it. A few tips for you at home when you're at home. If you've seen over the last few years, fires can spread rapidly, in particular during times. It could happen in the middle of the night when you're least expecting it. That's worst case scenario, so it's really important. Know your evacuation route or routes. Definitely, if you can, have more than one route to evacuate the area in case there's closure or too much traffic or this kind of thing. Keep your emergency supplies in your car. Keep a change of clothes in your car. That's a really good idea. And at home, you want to keep a grab bag. A grab and go bag, excuse me, so that in the event of an emergency, important things you need, medications, other items that you will need, flashlights, first aid kits is all ready to go there. You can visit www.ready.gov kit for more tips and ideas of what to actually bring in your grab bag, in your grab and go bag. So in closing, I'd like to leave you with a few takeaways. Remember, COVID-19 is still in the community. It is potentially dangerous, in particular for those who might have a compromised immunity system. Also remember, this wildfire season is going to stretch way into October. Last year it went into November, but hopefully we receive a little rain sooner. But until then, be diligent, be aware of your surroundings, keep an eye on the weather, look out for high fire danger days, and again, heed any warning for an evacuation. Thank you so much, everyone, for your time, and thank you for doing your part to keep everyone safe.